Now, Lars, you opened the conference today. What were some of the key messages you were looking to communicate to the audience?
Well, I wanted to challenge the audience a little bit about new technologies. We see renewables and we see energy storage making inroads with electric vehicles and in land-based power generation. And I wanted to challenge them a bit about that for the marine industry.
Traditionally, the Asian market has been more reserved, let's say, when it comes to uptake of new technologies. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yes, I think it has been. We have seen more innovation perhaps taking place in Europe, whereas in Asia it's been more a bit wait and see, let Europe lead the way.
So when will the tipping point come in this part of the world?
I think we are there because we've seen lately, when it comes to digitalization, I think Asia is as far ahead as Europe is. So I think with new technology that we have today, where digitalization is playing a role of it, I think that Asia is on par with Europe.
And how will digitalization impact the tug market?
I think there are great possibilities to improve the economy and also the dynamics of ship operations. So whether it be commercial merchant ships or tugboats, the technology can be deployed equally.
A lot of investment going on in this part of the world in terms of the ports and the infrastructure. Does that make you optimistic as to prospects for your technologies? And how will that impact LNG?
Absolutely. We see great things happening in Indonesia, and we also see Singapore taking steps to promote LNG as a marine fuel. So we really appreciate that because we've been investing very heavily to develop all these technologies. So it's good to see the markets are picking up.
We spoke about environmental regulation. How is that impacting the scene?
Well, with the environmental regulation, the regulations are not exactly being uniform, and I commented on that as well. We see unilateral sort of regulations coming into force. And that for us is a challenge because we are following the market, we're following the regulations, and we're developing the technologies to deal with them all. And when you have many different ones scattered around, it's tough, to be able to comply with them all. But with LNG, we can meet most of those, and today we were talking about hybrid technology.
And finally, I asked all of the panelists, or I granted all of the panelists two things. One was a wish for the industry, and the other one was I gave you a figurative or a fictional $100 million to invest in the sector. How did you respond to those questions?
Well, for us, with regard to the markets, I gave this year a 5, as 2016 was a 5, this year 5, and next year also a 5, because I wasn't commenting directly on the tugboat industry as such, at more of a broader term marine comment, and we think it's still going to be fairly flat. With regard to the money, we see a lot of investment going on in Africa, so that's where I would have put my money when it came to tugboats and port infrastructure.
If I could focus you on the tug market, same scale, 0 to 10, how would you grade it?
I think the tug market is in for an upswing. Nothing dramatic, but slowly upwards, so maybe a 5 and a 6.